Hey guys, this is Shane and welcome to my Curator of the Lost channel. Today I'm going to show results from an estate sale. I got the opportunity to stop by and it was full of art books. And there's a saying in Alabama, if you're not familiar with it, that the sun shines on a dog's hind end at least once a day. And that's what I felt like from this estate sale. So I'll tell you why for a couple reasons in just a second. But I did find some good stuff and I'll show you, do some comps. But before I do, I want to say thanks. Thanks for the channel support. Thanks for the views, the comments, and you guys keep watching. I'll keep doing this. And hey, subscribe. We've got like 8,000 unique viewers in a month, and you know the channel's sitting like 3,800, right under 3,800. So hey, if you're viewing, subscribe and keep coming back. Like I said, you guys keep watching. I'll keep doing it, and we'll see what happens. So let's jump in. So there was an estate sale, and I'm gonna do some insets, a couple of insets here on what I saw on the listing on the estatesales.net or whatever, you know, and I saw it. And I didn't think I was going to get to go by, but I did. And these rooms were, and it was advertised, full of art books. And that's what was there. When I got there, there wasn't nearly what was shown in the little insets there left. But this is where I felt like being a dog and getting the sun shining on his hind end at least once a day. Some good luck, in other words, if you're not familiar with that. I walked in and there were like 6 or 7 people in the room. And one lady in particular had her Bluetooth scanner on and she was scanning. She had a helper. And so I noticed that. And then I noticed that prices for hardbacks, they were saying $5 for hardbacks. So I'm thinking, oh man, this is probably going to eat up a lot of the potential on some of these books, right? So I get in, I start looking at some, and it's nothing big. I'm not finding anything. And I'm hearing the lady, her helper's like, "Are you done with all these, even the high ones and on the high shelves?" And she's like, "Yes, I've scanned them all." Well, all the ones that have barcodes, that's what I'm scanning. And then she started trying to, I guess she was just like reading the titles or reading the ISBN numbers, trying to look a few up. And she did that for about 5 minutes and then she left. So this was what I was coming in after, the sale had gone for a couple of days and it's been picked over, I felt like, right? So, and then this lady had just got through scanning, but she was just scanning, I guess, what was barcoded. And she had found some things that hit her trigger points, whatever. Well, I'm sitting there looking and I pull a couple of things. And then the lady that's with the estate sale comes in and she says, all the books are $1 now. So it was like hardbacks were $5 and paperbacks were like $2. She said, all the books are $1. So I'm like, what the heck? This is awesome. This is really good luck, right? So I go through and here's what I found. So I ended up buying 30 books for $30, $1 each. And I'll make my money back on the first couple of them, and I'll show you what I found. You'll get a sense for these things. Now, when I'm doing this kind of book, my eye will gravitate towards certain subject matters that I like, I enjoy, or I know something about. Or maybe the style of book, it's just like, oh, I think this will be good. But this kind of stuff for me is something that I have to do comps on while I'm there, like either on eBay or use ScoutIQ, right? And this is where a scanner can come in helpful if you can scan the number or the ISBN number or the barcode. It's where it really does help, because these books the value of them can be, literally can be awesome. Like you can make, anywhere from $20, $30, $40 each on them, or they can just really not be worth anything, right? And this is definitely one of those genres on arts and crafts, and you'll see. So let's just jump in and show you what I got. This first one, this is going to be about I paid for $1 for all these, but this was $1, and it's going to sell for about $20, and it's on. You can see the glare there. It's on English, bracket, and mantle clocks. Okay, so the one thing that I always enjoy when I see this type of thing is when I see price tags that are given in pounds. I know that this is probably an imported book, right? And then you can look at the press and it's English. So this was in great condition, and it has lots of information, but then it also has photos. So for collectors, these books, even though you can find so much stuff online now, having this stuff, you could be a collector or you could be a dealer or something. Having this kind of information at your fingertips is often nice, right? So this is about a $20 book. Then this was another one that was kind of cool. Here's barometers, wheel or banjo. And I guess it's a barometer, right? And it's kind of cool. And again, there's all kinds of photos of different barometers. You know, I actually have a barometer that was my dad's, and I have it on the wall. But these are pretty fancy. So anyway, again, this is about a $20 book too. So I'll make my money back on those first two. Here's a couple I didn't even look up because I like this kind of stuff. And it was some self-published book on the pitchers, right? Pitchers. And it turns out, you know, they have lots of information on them. Turns out there's 8 of them in this series. So I've only got 2. They sell for about $5 each. So I didn't really even look these up for comps. I probably wouldn't have got them for that. But I'll put these together. They'll bring $10 together. Here's one that's priced all over the place. I think it's going to be about $20, 15 to $20. It's a first edition, 1969 printing of Black Artist on Art, okay? I've seen this one sell with another similar copy, or another, there's like 2 volumes, for like $35. I have listings, and see it goes through the artists and shows some of their artwork. Again, this is from 1969, and, you know, it's kind of interesting. I've seen this one listed for $99, but I've only got a sold comp where it's sold with another volume for like $35. So I'm thinking this is 15 to $20. Okay. Here's one. I've had some success on this kind of thing. This was the marks on German, Bohemian, and Austrian porcelain from 1710 to present, whenever present was, probably, you know, in the 70s. This is a Schiffer book, which a lot of times these are not as much value. But, you know, for porcelain, if you're looking up, you know, I don't know if there's some good graphics in here. But, yeah, you know, like when you're looking up, if you're looking up porcelain, you see the marks they put on the bottom of it. So it's a reference. Yeah, this is another $20 book. Okay. Then here's one on wildflowers of Pigeon Mountain. And, you know, it's Lookout Mountain around Chattanooga, you know, northwest Georgia. It's got, you know, lots of pictures, beautiful stuff. Lots of stuff there. This is a $40 to $50 book. So, nice one for $1. All right, this is one, I was actually surprised to find this. Here's an Ansel Adams Polaroid land photography. I see this one, you know, probably 25 to $35. I have sold on ScoutIQ. It comes across as a E-score of like 16, so it's not going to sell maybe once a month, maybe, or you know, once every 3 to 4 weeks. If I send this into Amazon, I should be like $21 profit on it. Listing it for about $35, and let's see if it shows any really cool stuff. Yeah, you know, it's got Polaroid land photography stuff. Interesting. Now this one I got, I'll sell it, but I got it really just to look at too. This Design Classics. I mean, that's such a beautiful book. It's got the little Mylar cover on it. It's Tations, and some of these will sell good, right? I've had some. It's a lot of design stuff, but it's gonna be $15 to $20. I'm gonna enjoy looking at it, and then I'll probably sell it. Then here's another one, kind of the same category. It'll be $15 to $20, and it was one of these Phaidon books. It's hard to see, but it's the Art Deco style, and I love Art Deco. And you know, it's got, oh, look at that lobby, and that's what you call an Art Deco lobby there. That's pretty cool. So anyway, I thought I would enjoy it, and I'll probably sell it 15, 20 bucks. So that's nice. Now these next ones, there's one of them. They're on decoys. This one, Pioneer Decoy Carvers. So this one I see listed between $20 and $115. It actually is an ex-library book, and it's in really good shape, except it has the old card on the back. So I'm thinking as ex-library, this is probably only going to be in that $15 to $20 range. But there were a couple of other decoy books there. here was this art of the wooden bird. And then here was another one that was the art of the decoy. Okay, look at that. I probably will sell these as a lot. Ask $35, $40 for them. I think that's how I want to do this. All right, so that's about half. I think that's about 14 or 15. But here's where the big win was. These were on the shelf, and there was one of these was a hardcover, and it's American Furniture. One was hardcover, and they were all edited by this Luke Beckerdite, okay? Now, a lot of them, the rest of them, were paperbacks, okay? These are pretty thick, and if you notice, they all have years, okay? So they're like annual publications. Now, these things, I mean, there's just tons of detail. I mean, hold up, chairs. I mean, these things are amazing when you look at them, and I'll just show you real quick, and I'll talk about it. Like, there's some, and then here's some more. They're really heavy, man. They're dense. And then here's the last stack. So I got like 16 of these things, okay? The newer ones, these things still are published. They're like, you know, the 2020, 2021s, they're selling for $80 or $90 each. You go back, all the ones I got are like from the late 90s up through like 2000 and 2008 or something. I've seen some from 2003, some from 1999, some from 1993. They're all selling like $29 to $30 up to like $75. So I'll do some research. I'm probably going to list all of these individually. They'll be easy to list once I just get in the groove of my photos. I'm probably going to list them individually at between $30 and $40 each, probably $40 each. And, you know, they are, this is the big win on this. I think that I have a chance to make $400 or $500 sales off of these. I got 16 of them. If I sell them for $30 each, you know, that's like $480 if I'm doing the math right. I think I might list them for $39.95. I'll do some research because I have seen some of these go up to $50, $60, $70. But you know, you can see it's all titled the same, American Furniture. I didn't know these things, and they're all kind of the same thing. You know, there's like pictures of a chair. Maybe that was the plantation it came out of. I don't know, but they're in great shape. They got a little bit of curve to them because they were standing vertically in the shelf and they're so heavy. I think they probably weren't in there tight. So anyway, $40 a piece, $30 a piece. I think I can make $400 off these, and maybe I'll get lucky and have like one person. Sometimes on stuff like this, one person will make you an offer on several of them, right? And you can give a little bit of a deal, combine shipping, and sell a bunch at a time. That often happens on stuff like this. So anyway, that's it. You know, it was the sale been going on for like 3 days. I didn't expect to find as much as I did. And then I went out, like I said, when I walked in and the room was crowded of people, and the one lady had already been scanning, and then they were $5 each. I just didn't think I was gonna, my spirits were going down on it, right? Because I don't know if you're like this when you go to an estate sale, you know, you kind of get giddy. You want, maybe that's just the adrenaline, endorphin rush on the treasure hunt part of sourcing, right? That's what makes sourcing so much fun. You get that little dopamine hit. But I just really wasn't expecting that much, right? And especially when I walked in, I was like, this is not going to be, I was close by anyway, but it's like, this is not going to be worth my time to stop. And then, you know, the lady cleared out, people cleared out, I got to look, and the price went down to $1. That was a good deal. So anyway, that's it. That's the estate sale find for the weekend. So hopefully you're seeing cool. Remember, see cool, buy cool, list it so you can sell it. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye. And remember, the sun shines on a dog's hind end at least once a day. And hopefully that makes sense. Bye.